Welcome to the recently returned Jerry Anderson Daily Podcast, which today demonstrates that no matter how long the podcast is missing, it will remain exactly the same when it returns. Let's see, where will we start? What did I watch on television last night? I watched Downton Abbey.
I watched The Queen's Palace.
With your woman with the big nose? Fiona Bruce. Well, she's got a big nose.
I enjoyed
Fiona
it.
Bruce.
I enjoyed seeing her in the big nose.
She always looks as if she's mad.
Oh, God forgive you.
No, she always looks as if she's completely mad. She's like Joe, what do you call the other one? Joe Wiley. She's like that too. She's scary. Do you ever, when she looks at, she goes, there's been an uprising in Libya. And she looked at you. Remember what people used to say about people in, what do you call Seamus McKee? People used to say about Seamus McKee, whenever he told you something on the news, whenever he read the news, he always made you think it was your fault.
Really?
But she's always the same. There's been an uprising in Libya. In other words, why did you do that?
Well, it's true. Now that you say that, I can see that.
There's a sexy look.
Yeah.
And she just looks, and she narrows her eyes a bit and goes, no, the Queen's Palace is good.
I went from that to Colonel Gaddafi. That was my viewing last night.
That's a fair leap.
Was it a fair leap, all right?
Well, I watched Downton Abbey. I think it was recorded. It was on Sunday, wasn't it?
I don't
Downton Abbey. I don't like Downton Abbey. It's like a pantomime.
That's the one they all dress up.
Yeah, they can't help dressing up. It's 1910 or 1914.
I don't like it. No,
it's kind of wearing clothes that people wear in 1914.
Yeah.
But there was so many ads, and I said to myself, what are all these ads like being in America? No, on TV in America, it's the ratio is 18 minutes of programming and 12 minutes of ads. That's what it is in America.
Well, funny you should say that. Because when I was watching Gaddafi last night,
yes,
when they went to the first break,
right,
it was like a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Mm-hmm. But the second break was much longer.
That's right.
And the third break was even longer.
That's right, yeah.
So what's the thinking there?
It's turning into America. You see, everything that happens in America that's bad that you noticed years ago is now happening here. Staying on the subject of television, Noel Thompson again offends, again unwittingly. What's a man to do? He sits down, reads the news to the best of his ability, a decent man, doing a job that's necessary. He doesn't deserve this unwarranted and often seedy abuse.
If you could do something for me on Friday when you're in Belfast, you talk to all the big TV people.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Oh, now, there's the news at 1 o'clock-ish or 1:30, whatever, on television.
Yes.
And Noel will introduce us from time to time. No. Right? And I don't like it the way Noel sits with his legs open and his hands dangling down beside his knees.
Well, you see, that's your problem.
And he talks, he's like a man,
Go on, say it.
No, he's like a man having...
Go on, say it.
Constipated.
Say what you mean. Yeah, like a man sitting in the toilet.
It looks bad.
Exactly, like a man sitting on the...
What's he doing sitting? Why did they put Noel on a big...
Maybe it's a commode.
It's a big bus bench. It's a big red bench.
Yeah.
And he sits there.
Stop.
And it's no good.
Don't go any further.
All right.
It might be a commode. Maybe he's got a problem. He might have the runs. The Montezuma's revenge. Anyway, never mind that. The number to call if you want to contact this programme, we've already started. What time is it? We've already talked about diarrhea. It's 9... What's the number? 08459... Oh, sorry, if you want to contact this programme, 08459 555 678. Email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. And the text... I know that's too fast, but I'll just do it again. jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. And the text... Freudian slip. Text messaging service is 81771. A man writes to me about...
I shouted at Frank Mitchell last night.
Pardon?
I shouted at Frank Mitchell last night.
I think more people should shout at Frank.
I shouted at 10:30.
What did you shout at him for? Because I hate the way he comes on and tells you he's going to tell you what the news is like what the weather's going to be like later. Why doesn't he just tell you there and then instead of waiting?
No.
You'll find out later what the weather is.
But sure, Cecilia does that too.
She does that as well.
They all do that.
But why do they go on at all?
But why do they think we're all sitting on tenterhooks waiting for the weather?
Tenterhooks?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Why do they think that?
I don't know why they think that. A gentleman has brought my attention to something...
But I shouted at him when
Can't you hear me talking here?
I know, but when he having been away for a couple of weeks...
Why did you shout at him?
And you miss... When he says, that's all your weather for me, Frank Mitchell, I said, McGrory!
But you see, that's not his name. His name is Frank Mitchell. His name used to be Frank McGrory, but he changed it. Now, you can't insist that he uses his old name. You can't insist on that.
Why not? Because it's changed by Deepole.
He's changed his name.
By Deepole.
I don't know what he's done.
I shouted at the TV, it's safe now! That's what I shouted at him.
The troubles are over.
I said, what's this Mitchell bit?
You're no longer a target.
For God's sake.
Stop it.
That's what I
Stop
shouted.
this. Stop this. Stop this now. The world is rapidly changing around us, but at what price? What of personal freedoms? Freedom of choice and the liberty to make wrong decisions that will reverberate to everyone else's detriment. Why are we not allowed to be nuisances like everybody else, like they used to be? So, Jerry, now you can't even have a glass of wine with your overdone steak in a restaurant or a quick half pint on the way home because they'd make you a drunk driver spreading death and destruction along the roads of Ulster. Well, you see, this is a moot point. You see, what's happening now is that the zero tolerance, you know about this. You can't drink at all now, hardly. If you take a half a pint, you'll probably be over the limit.
It's not the law.
Well, it will be the law soon.
That's good.
I know it's good in many ways, but in other ways, it's
it's good.
Zero tolerance is great, but
No, they can't have it zero. They can't have it zero.
Well, it's zero tolerance in all but name.
Yes.
In other words, if you can't even have a half a pint, really. If you have a half a pint of beer or a glass of wine, you go out and drive, you're nicked. That's it.
Yeah,
whereas before, you had a chance of getting away with it.
No, well, as I say to you, you've been a drinking man.
Yes.
What good? What's the point in having a half a glass of beer
Well,
and
you
then
see,
driving the car?
You know,
It's
real
no-
drinkers will always tell you that one drink only annoys them.
So why take a half a glass?
Because there are people in this world, Sean, who are not like us. People who are not alcoholics.
I'm all
people
for
who
this
like,
law.
No, there are people out there who like the taste of alcohol. There are people out there who have a meal and they have a glass of beer. You know the way you and I couldn't do that.
I need a glass of milk.
No, but we can't drink along with...
No.
See, our culture, we were never brought up to drink wine with a meal.
No.
Wine is this thing you drink after it, you see, or before it, but not during it.
No.
You know what I do? And I know it's a fault of the way I've been raised,
Right.
you know, the culture within which I've been nurtured.
Yes.
If I go into, no matter what restaurant it is, I order a bottle of wine, right? And then I drink about 2 glasses of it, right away. You know, to get the wee buzz before your meal comes, right? And then when the meal comes, I say, could I have a glass of water, please? Then I have a glass of water. Then I eat the meal, and all during the meal, I drink the water with the meal. And everybody else is drinking the wine with the meal, but I can't do that because it makes me sick.
Horrible
And then after the
service.
meal,
Yeah.
but you see, this is the civilized way. The civilized way is that you sip the wine to clear your palate.
But you see, I feel the same way about water.
No.
I can't drink water with a meal.
No, well, what do you drink then?
Milk. Has to be milk.
Well, I used to drink milk, but I got out of that because it curdled in my stomach.
Oh.
What actually happens is the wine performs the function of clearing your palate, so that you're able to taste your food all the better the next mouthful that you jam into your gob. Anyway, so I know that this is a cultural lapse on my part, and I know I've been, you know, you'd be with sometimes people who are, you know, kind of, you know, a wee bit more cultured than you are. I see them looking at me when I don't drink the wine with the meal, but drink water, and they realise, that fella's from a working class home. But you know something, Sean? I'm afraid of it, and I'm proud of it. As one approaches the end of one's life and the light begins to dim, one is often transported back to childhood days, and memories of one's family home are summoned up, where the bin was kept, layout of rooms, etc. Lots of scullery talk. Death inevitably soon follows.
And as I lay in my bed last night, tossing and turning, searching for sleep, I was thinking about your house. And I was thinking, I wonder, did they say in the Andersons' house, you know, when a knock came to the door, your mother or father would say, answer the door. Where did that expression come from? Why do we say answer the door?
That's right, people used to say that. Answer the door there,
Answer
will
the
you?
door. And then and I was wondering then, was it the same in your house as it was in our house? A fight would break out. No, Mammy, I'm not answering the door now. I answered it the last time. Get her to answer it or get him to answer it. And
but
there's
you
a
know,
whole
many,
squabble.
Many knocks on the door, you see. At that time,
But-
people used to call around all the time.
I know.
But then again, you see, at our house, we didn't have a door to knock
That's
on.
what I was thinking about.
People just
Where
walked
was
in.
your front door?
We never had a front door.
Did the people come up the stairs to your front door?
People just walked in. You'd be sitting having
But
your
yeah,
dinner
where was your front door?
at the front of the house.
No, it wasn't. This is why I was thinking about your house last night. I was thinking in particular, he says, right, if a knock came to our house, this is what I was thinking.
If a knock came to our door, nobody
Our
would hear
door.
it.
Right. No, but we would be sitting watching Whirly Birds or the Billy Cotton Show or How Green Was My Valley. Do you understand?
That's my valley.
And then a knock would come to the door and your mother would say, answer the door. Would one of these answer the door? But when it happened in your house, you had to go way down the stairs.
That's why we kept our door open at all
So
times.
did a man come in your hall and up the stairs, and then was your front door at the top of the stairs?
No.
You understand? That's why I was wondering where your front door was.
No, we had 2 doors down below. We had a front door and a vegetable door.
Well, was the front? Yeah.
The vegetable door?
Well, was your front door always open? And your, what do you call it again? Your vegetable?
No, actually, our front door was always open and our vegetable door was closed.
It was closed.
It
and
was
then
the vestibule door.
Yes, but when
we didn't know what a vestibule was, so we called it the vegetable door.
Right.
So your front door was open, so people would just go in, and the vegetable door had a glass front on it.
Well, if some of your mates were not calling for you,
No, they didn't. They just came in.
And through the vegetable door and up the stairs.
Into the vegetable door, straight up the stairs. There was 17 stairs to our living room.
And then a rap on the door.
That's right. No, they just walk in.
Just walk straight in?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Sure, you could have been taking a bath in front of the fire.
No, you'd be sitting in your living room. Then in the kitchen. Nobody was allowed into the living room because that was a good room. You'd be in your own living room. You'd be in your kitchen. Everybody in the house would be in there. There'd be like 18 people in there.
And the living room.
And we had a big house. We never owned it. But for some reason, I told you before, we inherited a rented house that the landlord spent all his life trying to get us out of it. But we had loads.
But
of
your
bedrooms.
TV was in the living room.
No.
Yes, it was.
Listen, no.
Yes.
It wasn't. Once again, Ken has sabotaged the microphone so that the presenter sounds as if he is broadcasting from a public convenience. So cunningly has he set the rut that the presenter can do nothing to make himself sound human. I'm sorry, there's a whole row going on here that's nothing to do with you, and I'm sorry to drag you into it.
If you need a hand, I'll go down now, Jerry.
Bring a few guys down and sort these people out. It's this microphone. I keep telling them. Do you know what I keep telling them?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking to him in there.
Yes.
Do you know what I keep telling them? This is a wee Mickey Mouse microphone. See this wee Mickey Mouse microphone?
Yes.
It's all right when I'm like that.
Yes.
If I move an inch to the left, or the right, is that still all right?
No.
You see?
No.
See the nice big microphones you have in Belfast, big thick ones, big things, they look like big barrels.
Yes.
And the wee Mickey Mouse microphones we have here. I want a real microphone. Go out and get me a real microphone.
Why don't you bring one down when you're in Belfast tomorrow, take one of the microphones.
But then they might miss it.
No, they won't.
Why have they got the big microphones here?
Take one of our microphones up to Belfast.
The one of the wee Mickey Mouse. These are the ones you see Dickie Rock singing into. These are no good. That's why I keep... Anyway, sorry, back to you. No, they're probably collective items, all right. Whether or not they're worth money, I really don't know, but that's not your concern, really. But you're just concerned as to whether they're... You don't want to throw them out if they're valuable.
Uh-huh.
Well, tell me exactly. You've got those John McCormick ones. Tell me what you have there.
What do you mean? Hear my song and things like that?
What exactly is it? It's obviously a disc. Have you a date on it or what?
Well, there's music and all with Richard Topper, and the two photos are on the song sheets.
Yes.
Gary, I was taking a needle there. You were talking about Mickey Mouse. You weren't talking.
Yes.
Yeah, you let me down badly.
It's a great laugh.
I thought you were talking about me, and I was talking away to us. You understand, don't you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So you're more in favour of Mickey Mouse, then, okay?
But listen, Arthur.
Okay.
What was it? Arthur.
That was very funny, all right. I thought you had another friend down there. Dear.
Right.
Arthur.
Yes.
I want to ask Jerry this. Jerry, is there any point in Arthur taking his collection along to, what do you call him? Al Martino in Belfast. What do you call him?
Al Martino?
What do you call him? They're making a film of his life.
Al Martino?
What do you call him? The Undertones friend.
Terry Hooley?
Terry Hooley.
Oh, that sounds like Al Martino. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't do that. No,
Would Terry know anything?
No, he
Could
wouldn't
Terry
know
guide him in any way?
Well, he
Could
might
Terry
do,
put him in the right direction?
It wouldn't be Terry's period
Bag. No, I know. But
you can't be going down to men are making films and saying, "Go have a look at this."
Are you Al Martino?
Yeah, Al Martino. That's very close to Terry Hooley. Same nationality. No, I don't. No, all we can do is maybe hope that someone rings up and expresses some kind of interest and is willing to talk to you and tell you about what you have. And that's the only thing we can hope for, because the days really of... Do you remember you used to be able to bring things like that down to Smithfield?
That's right,
And there'd be a man there with glasses and a bit smelly who would know everything about that.
Yeah.
But now those men aren't there
I
anymore.
spoke to him, by the way.
Now get out of that one, Mr. Anderson.
Just tell him I was asking for him. There now follows talk of a concept known to Charles Dickens as the return room. As I gather my shawl around my shoulders and suck thoughtfully on a clay pipe, it all gradually comes back to me. Mr. Coyle, we had a return room in our old family house. You asked me about a return room.
Yes.
What is a return room?
That's what I don't know.
Well, this person is telling me. Well, what would you describe as a return room? Is it a particular room?
It was the first room at the top of the stairs. That's all I know.
Is that a fact?
No, I don't know. That's what we called the return room. It was out the back, looked over the backyard.
The first room at the top of the stairs that looked over the backyard. That would have been a bedroom.
Yeah.
Many bedrooms did you have? 2, 3?
3.
3? Oh, swanky. 3. Well, that would have been the spare room if there hadn't been so many of you.
Yes.
Right then. We had a return room in our old family house. My granny told us it was called that as that was where returning friends would have been put up for the night.
Oh.
Right?
Right.
So does that make sense to you?
No.
Well, it does make sense because people didn't have any space then. Well, maybe the return room is the one at the top looking out over the what?
The backyard.
The backyard. So that would be the least desirable room.
Absolutely, that's where I was. How did you know? That's right.
That's the least desirable room, and that's the place where you put people been put up for the night.
I slept in that room one day for 24 hours and nobody came near me.
For 24 hours?
24 hours. I was in that room. I just
Asleep?
lay there.
What, were you in a coma?
No, I just lay there. Didn't want to get up. You know when you were 19 or something. No, that age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
So-
could sleep indefinitely and lie in bed
Yes,
indefinitely.
I just lay there.
And did nobody ever come up and say, are you hungry?
No,
Sean, do you
no,
want something to
no,
eat?
no.
That must have been a blow for you.
They let me lie, and when I got up, it was another day. You know, I'd missed a full
Another
day.
Did nobody say, do you feel like a wee
No,
piece of toast?
I think it was that stage. You know, when you were angry, and the people in the house didn't understand what you were talking about. You know that.
That's not when the army came in. Was it?
No.
Is that when the army came in? Could you please,
Anyway.
could you? We didn't like it. Thank you for listening.